What is up, Loudmouth Sports Group, Loudmouth Sports Talk? It is the host of Loudmouth Off the Top Rope, your true champ, Sean, with my little sidekick right over here, Loudmouth
What's
Luch.
up, y'all?
Luch, how's it been going, brother?
Shit, man, not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Not bad, man. Lot to talk about, man. We're going through three topics today. Three good hot topics, man. Best tag team. What's next for Roman Reigns? What kind of or what route are they gonna go? And then of course, who would you like to see in 60-minute Iron Man matches? To start right off, man, I think that it's all unfair that we go with the best tag team to start it right off, man. Greatest tag team, best tag team. As much as I don't like it, man, I gotta go with the New Day, dude. They have done so much bringing back that three-man tag team, like the Freebirds, bringing that back, bringing that kind of stable back, and well, not even it's not stable. I mean, New Day, you'd think they're stable, but they're not. They are a tag team. People think New Day would be a stable, like they were calling them a stable, New Day, but they're not a stable. When they, you see three guys, they're going to be a stable. You're going to bring a fourth member on, but they're not a stable. They're just that tag team, like the Freebirds were with Michael PSAs. And you know what? Bringing that back, I think that changes the dynamic of tag team wrestling because you're able to go, oh well, you know what, Biggie and Xavier Woods tonight. Oh, you know what, Xavier Woods and Kofi. You know what, Kofi and Big E. So you have that constant hard part on other tag teams that don't know who to get ready for when you're walking out with New Day. You know, you go out there, you're like, all right, tag team goal tonight. We got New Day. Who are we going to be facing? I don't know. You know, and then they come out and you're facing Kofi and Xavier. Now you might have prepared for Big E and Xavier. So it you know what I mean? It's so much different.
Matt,
oh my God, no! Here we go.
But like honestly, so like the New Day is but I feel the Hardy Boys, because they did so much for tag team wrestling.
They have.
I mean,
there's a lot of teams out there. There's a lot of tag teams out there. I'm just kind of going with the New Day for what they've done.
I mean, I do agree with the whole 3-person tag. No, you haven't seen that in a while.
You didn't see that up until they came.
I mean, yeah. But I just can't see another tag team doing what the Hardys have done. The Hardys have done so much for tag team wrestling. If you mention tag team wrestling, guaranteed the Hardys are one of the first people mention.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you do have, but you have to look at it. I think you have to look, when it comes down to tag teams, you have to look in generations. You know, you have to look at the generation part of it. You know, you go back into the Attitude Era, you had great tag teams in the Attitude Era. And the tag team division was hot in the Attitude Era. Hot. You had the Hardys, the Dudley Boys, Christian and Edge, you know, the list went on. I think you had the Brood, but they were considered a stable, which was kind of crazy. That was maybe your last 3-person tag team, but they were more considered a stable. You had Gangrel, who, you know, groomed Edge and Christian. But I mean, folks, if you're watching,
wasn't that FBI?
FBI, I think, was 3 too.
Ruthless Aggression. That was Ruthless
Aggression.
Was the FBI?
FBI, yeah.
But I also don't think that the shorter dude, he didn't wrestle too much. He was more of like their
manager.
Their manager.
Yeah.
He got in the ring very seldom, but I remember them 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, I feel like had great tag team matches.
That was hot. That was a hot tag team. Those are hot times to have tag teams. Now I feel like the tag team division, tag teams are just like it's falling apart. It's falling off.
Vince is ripping apart tag teams left and right
Yeah, I
in
mean,
WWE.
yeah, and you have to think like with the tag teams. I mean, you have Montez Ford, and you have Street Profits.
Which are
You
good.
have which are good. You have New Day,
Good.
and then really you just have teams that are thrown together.
I mean, is Cesaro and Nakamura still a thing?
I don't know. I mean, they were, but I don't know if they still are. You know what I mean? Like you have tag teams that are just now just being thrown together.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, we have Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, which I think are great, but like, it's. I think we've lost the art of tag team wrestling, which I love the art of tag team wrestling.
I feel AEW has not bad tag team wrestling.
Yeah, they don't have it bad either.
They don't have a bad. They have actual teams.
Yes.
Actual
teams.
Yeah, and it's not like they're throwing people together just to see if it works. Well, let's see. Like for example, Vince took apart the Iconics to put Peyton Royce with Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
For what reason? Iconics sold. As much as people might have not liked them, that was the whole point of it. That was the whole point. The point was not to like.
And you know what? If you threw the Iconics back like 3 or 4 years, I'd like to see them go against the Bella Twins.
Sean, don't be one of them people that want to see the Bella Twins come back.
I don't want to see the Bella Twins come back. But I'm just saying, if you went 3 or 4 years back with the Iconics, you could throw them against the Bella Twins because of that persona.
I mean, yeah.
So 2 personas clash. You throw 3 or 4 years back, you would like to see the Bella Twins versus the Iconics. Now, I don't want to see the Bella Twins come back. They don't need to come back.
Well,
stay in the wine business, please.
Speaking of tag team wrestling, they might make a return.
God, no, I don't want that.
They're talking about it. I guess Brie. I don't know. Did Brie have another kid?
Yes.
Okay, so Brie, they got 2 kids, which was the deal, that they wanted 2 kids.
Yeah.
So now Daniel Bryan's kind of back. He's going to go part-time. So he's going to go part-time. So why not bring in Brie? If he's going to go part-time, he can watch their kids whenever. It would be a good time maybe to bring them in, but it's really what the fans really want. And I know I don't want to see the Bella Twins back at this moment. I don't know if I want to see them back in general. They were never great wrestlers. Were they good for entertainment purposes? Yes. But for their in-ring skills, Brie definitely had a little bit more skills than Nikki, in my opinion. Probably because who she's married to. She is married to one of the best wrestlers in the business, so I can understand why she is more athletic than Nikki. But at the end of the day, I think I speak for a good majority of the wrestling fans that we don't want the Bella Twins back.
No.
They're good for entertainment. Let them do TV. Let them do Total Bellas, Total Divas, whatever they do. Their wine, like Sean said, like let them do what they do outside.
Their clothing line's great. They're a hot thing going right now in outside of wrestling. They've made their mark in wrestling. They are now outside of wrestling. They are making their mark.
Yes.
And so they need to stay.
I agree fully.
But I mean, if I look, and what I hate though too is that talking about tag teams, I hate that we don't really. There's not a strong female tag team division in WWE. You have a good tag team champions with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, but yeah, I know. But when it
great,
huh?
I wouldn't say great.
Oh, well, you have a good team. and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Until she injures somebody else.
I believe Shayna Baszler carries that tag team. I mean,
If she could.
Huh?
If she could. But speaking of, tag team wrestling, there's something else I want to speak about. Is Lana.
Yeah.
You keep someone like Lana around, but release somebody like Zelina Vega. Tell me why. Why? You keep Lana, who her only object week in and week out is to get put through a fucking announcer table. That's the only object Lana has on a Monday Night Raw.
And honestly, I think her going through a table and all this stuff, I think honestly it's a little bit of a revenge shit from Vince on Rusev. Well, if Rusev's going to leave, we're going to shoot your wife like shit.
Speaking of AEW, if anybody saw the new trailer for the video game, there was
Lana's in the background.
Huh?
Lana's in the background.
There's a specific shot when Kenny sits down that looks like Lana's in the background. Now, if this is true, now I can see why she's getting put through tables. She is actually
getting fed plates
competition with Vince. It's just how it is.
And here's another thing with Zelina Vega. I think it came down to her Twitch account. It came down to her Twitter. It came down to the social media aspect when he says that, you can't have that no more, but then you can't have it. So I think it came down to that where she was like, no, this is mine. This is something outside of the WWE. This is mine. You can't have it. So the best thing they felt they could do was say, you know what? See you, bye. Now, you release Zelina Vega, who I feel is a great, great talent in the ring.
Great talent and great manager. She can play both parts. And
I wouldn't be surprised if AEW goes and tries to scoop her up. I mean, you could scoop her up, and she could do good in AEW, but she could do good in Impact if Impact wanted to scoop her up.
Now, if Impact scoops her up, I can see. Now, if AEW scoops her up, will they take it out on Black?
Oh, well, Black just requested that he wants to go back to NXT. So Black says he wants to go back down to NXT, which I feel Black will be out the door himself soon. I mean, you literally fired his wife.
Yeah.
What do you?
I mean,
and it's crazy when I look at when I think of Zelina Vega and then I look at Black and I'm like, really? Y'all two are a couple?
I mean, yeah, it is. It's different.
It's different, man. It's so different.
But I think if you got them as a package deal,
keep talking, man. Keep talking.
You get AEW. I mean, if AEW gets Zelina Vega and Aleister Black as a package deal, I would snatch that up in a minute. Aleister Black is a great dark gimmick, dark character. Zelina Vega could play a great dark character manager, or you can even have her and him. You can have her wrestle with him, and it's just they're known in the wrestling world anyways for being a couple. So why not just create that into a story? Why not create that into, because Black could go for like a TNT title. Zelina Vega off bat being champ material, I just don't see that, honestly. I just don't. I don't see Zelina Vega being AEW Women's Champion yet. She has talent. She is talented in ring and outside. But you need more than just talent off the bat. You need to show a little bit more than that. So, do I think it would be a great pickup? Yes. Do I think that maybe NXT could figure out a way to bring Selena back and with Alistair, and I think it could work. They're a couple. They both are kind of like they're into metal and like I believe black craft and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it would be an amazing gimmick to have Selena Vega be Aleister Black's manager if Aleister Black leaves and AEW scoops him up. That would be perfect. But I just don't see if Black goes back to NXT, I do feel like they will treat him right. I do feel like they will give him what he wants, matches he wants, and things along that line to make him happy. And he might not want to leave, but that might bring Selena Vega into NXT, which would not be that bad. So we're going to move on to what we think should be done with Roman Reigns storyline wise. How do we see a storyline working out for Roman? Me personally, if you're going to do Roman versus Rock, I do feel like the Usos should be champion. It does give that feel that the Samoan faction is actually dominant, is actually going to be something. So it does give the feeling of that. So I do feel like you need to bring Jimmy back, get them the tag team titles around their waist. But at the same time, I feel like if you're going to bring The Rock in, we got to do it the right way and we got to build it. And best way to build it is social media, and The Rock knows how to do that perfectly. But I also feel like if they're going to do this, you could do social media, but The Rock has to be present for at least two months out from Mania, 3 months out from Mania. In my opinion, I think The Rock needs to be there to prove that this is his yard. And technically, it is SmackDown. If anybody knows SmackDown, the name came from The Rock. It's not The Rock show, but The Rock did carry SmackDown for the first few years. It was actually established. So The Rock can even say, like, you're on my show. There wouldn't be this show if it wasn't for me. If it wasn't for me and the Stone Colds, and that there wouldn't be a stage for you to even be standing on.
Who's that? Are we talking about?
Roman.
Oh, we on the Roman now?
Roman. So I just feel like if they're going to bring it up with The Rock, you have to bring that. You have to bring The Rock in for 2 to 3 months prior to Mania.
Absolutely.
And you have to have Roman feel like this is my yard, Roman. This is my land. Because I started this. This is me. I carried this brand for the first 3-4 years it was established. The name, how do you think they got the name SmackDown?
Yeah.
You throw all of that in Roman's face. But then in my opinion, this should not be a only WrestleMania match. Give it 2 matches.
Listen, The Rock doesn't have that type of time to put in 3 matches.
Then you don't. Then I feel like then you don't do this at all.
You have to, though. One big match.
But if you would have it to where a match before, a match or two is stretching it, a match before, and you have, then the final one is the Samoan fight, the Samoan battle. That's on the beach. That one's on the beach, the Samoan battle. Who is the actual tough Samoan? We have a wrestling match. We see who wins, but who's the toughest Samoan? We know we see who the better wrestler is, and you have to give it to Roman. You have to give it to Roman, regardless. You have to give matches to Roman.
You have to give both the Roman.
Both the Roman. You have to give Roman the first wrestling, and then you have to give him who is the more power. Because, I mean, like, let's be honest, people. The Rock is not fucking little. Okay? The Rock is huge. Huge. So, and Roman's not Rock size, but Roman's not
He's
little.
Getting there. He's getting there.
But he's not little. So you can do who is the powerhouse, not powerhouse Samoan, but who's the strongest Samoan? And you bring that in by having a Samoan tribal match on the beach with the family around. You have steaks with the flames. You come out with the chants, with the robes, with the leis, and you do it. And that, in my opinion, would be the best way. I would want to see more than one match. I know we're not going to get it. I know we're only going to get a WrestleMania match.
Yes.
But regardless, it just has to go to Roman no matter what.
With Roman now, where they're going with it, I don't know why Drew McIntyre was there on SmackDown when he's not the champion. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think that was so stupid to bring him on SmackDown to face like Jay, and it was just so stupid because from everything, this titles are not changing hands Monday night.
No.
So why have Drew McIntyre there? I don't know. But with Roman, the next guy in line is Kevin. They are saying is Kevin Owens, which I think that for Roman to defend his title against.
Before or after Rock, Roman? KO before Rock?
KO before Rock. To lead up until WrestleMania. You know, you got to have somebody fighting Roman. You can't have Roman do another Brock where he just sits with the title and doesn't fight anybody for his title.
Why not?
You don't want that again. It's a recycled storyline like with Brock. You don't want that.
This is a recycled storyline. It's all recycled stories.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to change it up. Let Kevin Owens go for the gold. What's wrong with Kevin Owens? I don't mind seeing Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns.
I mean, me neither. It's not going to end how we wanted to. I mean,
KO's not going to go over. Obviously.
No. But I don't even think the match will even happen like that. It might be like Jay interferes or Jimmy comes back or something like that. Because to be honest, and I said before.
I know they penciled in Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns to go at it too.
I'm okay with that one. But I said before you came back that I feel that they need to put that Jimmy should be back before Mania, and they all should have championships before The Rock comes back, because now we're an established group. We're all champions. Now you're saying something about all of us.
Right. So
I do feel like they need to have Jimmy and Jay as champ before Rock comes in and starts anything.
Yeah. Obviously.
Because then you can have Rikishi on the Rock side, which is, and then you can have, you have
Rikishi on the Rock side, and that's Jimmy and Jay's dad. You really want to do that? Put them against their dad?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Why not? For how long? I mean, why not? Why not? Why, you bring in, what would you rather have Rikishi be their Paul Heyman? You have to have, because Rikishi, and tell me if I'm wrong, after he became Rikishi, he was face his whole run.
Yeah.
Face. So I don't see it changing now. You can have Anna and Sika on Roman's side. You can have Sika and what's his name? Sika and
Alpha
on Roman's side, because they were heels most of their career.
Yeah.
So it works. You could bring, if you want, you could bring in Snuka and Tamina. and put them on the rocks or whatever. You could
Yeah.
bring in Samoans.
You can.
You know, you could bring them in. Do you do it that way? Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Probably not. We're probably going to get a traditional. There might be a stipulation. I'm thinking a stipulation.
It has to be.
But I don't think we're going to get anything like a. I mean, shit. We might get a cinematic. They might give us a cinematic, partial cinematic. We might get something like that. Would I be upset? No, not at all. You bring The Rock back for a wrestling match, you make it a cinematic wrestling match, I feel like The Rock would be able to annihilate that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's been in cinematic. He's been cinematic ever since leaving wrestling. So,
And
I mean, you put him in a comfort zone. Put him in a comfort zone. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's good in the ring. I'm sure he's fine in the ring. But you put him in a comfort zone where he can act and be that actor. I mean, it's perfect.
Exactly.
You know, and here's my thing is when you put Roman against him and you have that cinematic thing and Roman's beating him up, right? You got to have Roman talking shit like, this ain't the movies. I'm going to bury you. This isn't the movies. You think
just like he did. Just like he's been doing with Jay and Jimmy. Like, I'll take your last breath. I will take your last breath.
Yeah.
Say I quit because I'll take it.
Yeah.
And he needs
I
to be
swear to God, I'll beat your
way.
ass. This isn't the movies of Rock. This is a movie, Rock.
Yeah, there's no
stunt doubles. There's no director to say cut. We go at it. We go at it. Like, you know,
that's what you need. You need it to get personal. You need it to get just like how it made it that much better. Honestly, it made Hell in a Cell that much better when he said, "You lose, you're out of the family.
You're out of the family." Yeah.
And then they switched it day of to say, "You will be my servant,"
or like, you're out of the family.
You'll serve me, or exactly, or you're out. So he has to serve him as his tribal chief.
Yep.
Which I thought was amazing. Now, do I still to this day, I still believe they should have made it not an I quit, you are the chief match. You have to bow down. That's how you are considered the winner. The other person, you whooped his ass enough until he said, "Okay, I bow to you. You're the chief."
Yeah.
That should have been it. My opinion, I feel like that would have made it over the top, but it didn't happen. Yeah. So still a great match.
But the next matches for Roman up until this point, I think would be like Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, just get the kind of those fillers to get to, you know, to the main part of whatever the actual storyline. Because you have Daniel Bryan, who did get his ass whipped by Jay Uso. So, you know, to get to me, you got to go through Jay type deal. Kevin Owens lost to Jay Uso, so it's, you know, I feel Jay is going to be that guy just taking the falls and Roman's picking up the pieces, for a little bit,
at least until his brother can come back.
Yeah.
Which, for some reason, I mean, I forget what he was out for.
And he had tore his ACL.
But I believe that was over a year ago. Little
ACL, maybe a little less, depending on his. I mean, he did have surgery.
And I know, and he has had other.
I know when Seth Rollins was out with an ACL injury and surgery, he was out for like a year and 6 months.
Oh well, then.
And I think we're coming towards the end of his rehab.
So maybe
Jimmy should be coming. Maybe Rumble. He should be coming back by Rumble, probably.
So maybe we'll get a Rumble. We'll see. But
and I like like you said, Jay and Jimmy do need to win the tag team gold.
Yeah, if you're going to have The Rock come back because he feels like this Samoan faction can harm the family in a way, you have to have them all cocky, arrogant champions.
Yes.
You have to have them all champs. You have to make sure that they're all, like pretty much undefeated, going undefeated. You got to make sure that they're really putting that, like, they're whooping ass week in and week out.
Right.
Because you start letting them get their asses whipped, the whole gimmick is shit on.
Yeah.
Just what happened to Retribution. It's the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
If you would have kept Retribution coming out and just attacking people, we might still be kind of intrigued.
Right.
But now they're talking. We see their faces.
They're losing.
They're losing. And here's the part that like really gets me is if you're going to start this faction, why don't you build a whole new social media account? Don't just change your name from Mia Yim to like Chaos or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Your identity is supposed to be hidden. Like, do you not get that? That's the whole point of it.
Right.
Why you wear a half a mask? Because you're supposed to be hidden. I mean,
yeah.
But if they do this right, Mania could be. Well,
Mania can be great.
What I'm hearing is they kind of want to do a two night Mania again.
I mean,
no, Sean, that shit dragged, and
it did drag.
You know it. By day 2, you were like,
okay. I don't want to watch this. Yes.
Okay. What's wrong with one day packed of wrestling?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
What's wrong? Like what? Okay, so the show starts at 5 instead of 7.
Hell, start the show at 4.
Who gives a damn? Like, why? Because it didn't need to be 2 nights. It did not need to be 2 nights. They could have put it in 1 night. They could have. 2 nights was not needed.
And I think the only reason they put it 2 nights is because they really weren't prepared for that big of a change in Mania. They weren't. They weren't that prepared. I mean, you had COVID hit right then and there, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we got to bring this to the Performance Center. Now we got to change everything around." So we have to. Yeah, we have to prepare. Now we have to do 2 nights. So,
but from what I saw, Triple H did an interview and said that they've been talking about this for quite a while now, about making WrestleMania like a 2-night wrestling thing. And he said that they kind of want to do it like they used to. He said when WrestleMania pulls up, we want to take the city over. He said we haven't really took a city over in years.
And I get that, and I like that idea.
He said we haven't took a city over in years, and I agree.
Take a city over. I think that would be awesome if you took a city over.
Yeah. I do, from what I've seen, because I've watched a lot of wrestling YouTubers.
Yeah.
And even like the prep, like anymore, they don't prep the airports like they used to.
No.
They don't prep the hotels like they used to. You need to do that, because here's the thing. When I get off the plane and see a 7-foot thing of Undertaker or John Cena, I'm even more hyped now.
Right. Absolutely.
The whole time I'm walking through this airport, I need to see my weekend. I want to see my weekend. I want to be excited for my weekend. When I pull up to the hotel, I want posters. That's what I want. Shit. The one time they even told WrestleMania always books hotels for their people that do packages. If you buy a WrestleMania package.
Right.
They used to do key cards. Your key card used to be a custom WrestleMania key card. Like, little things like that mean a lot. And like honestly, to a wrestling fan,
it does.
little things like that mean a lot.
I
Because
mean, when you go to WrestleMania, you want to bring back stuff that you go, man, that was fun. That was fun.
yeah,
You know, I was there. How can you tell you're there? Dude, I got this. Look, my hotel key card was WrestleMania key card. Like, come on, man. Like, every morning I woke up in the morning and I turned on the TV and they had wrestling on the TV in your hotel room.
yeah.
In your hotel room, that's all you had on. You had on wrestling on TV. Like, I don't care if it was old wrestling, new wrestling, just some type of old WWF, new WWE. I don't care what it was.
Exactly.
But as soon as I woke up, you know what I mean? Like, you're walking down that hallway and you're seeing, you know, you're hyped about everything. Hell, even you buy a certain package, you get to be in the hotel that the actual wrestlers are in.
Yeah, certain package. Yep.
You buy, all right, it's $10,000. This gets you tickets plus
Everything.
the hotel plus all the nights of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and you get to stay in the hotel that the wrestlers are in.
And you go to Access. You go to
go to
three
Access.
accesses, and you get a VIP.
For $10,000. For $10,000 this is a package for two people for $10,000. So $5,000 a piece.
And
you know how many people would jump on paying $10,000?
Listen, me and Elisa have seriously sat down and looked at WrestleMania packages and have both said that, like, in the future, this is a plan for the future.
It's my goal is to go to WrestleMania 2, and it's to go to all WrestleMania week. It's my goal.
Exactly. And I want to do the whole WrestleMania week, just like I want to do WrestleCon, which is separate from WWE, but
Right.
It is fucking dope. And they always have, like, New Japan's always around. They always do something that where WrestleMania, the city WrestleMania is in, is the city wrestling's in that whole week.
Right.
Which is amazing. And it is and me and Elise have talked, and it's a goal of mine. We are going to wait until it hits New Orleans again.
What's up, boss? What up, boss, man?
We are going to wait till it hits New Orleans again, because she wants to go to New Orleans. I want to do Mania.
No,
two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
And from the last time they went to Mania, a wrestling YouTuber I watch went and they hit Bourbon Street. They hit it with you. Like, Kevin Owens was getting drunk on Bourbon Street and, like, just like getting people riled up. And I mean riled up. I mean, no ass fucking masks. Fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm gonna do the show like this. Nah, but for real, like, WrestleMania weekend would be a hell of an experience.
Yeah.
I would love to do it.
And our next and moving into our next topic, man. First off, Courtney, I know you're still watching, brother. I want to let you know Chris Jericho is better than John Cena.
The one is, yeah. The one's a cool short. The one's with, like, acne.
Let's just say that Jericho is better than John Cena.
Oh, Courtney, he's been dying to say something. Dying to say something about you calling Cena number one of, like, over everyone.
He's not. So, but on to our next topic, which is 60-minute Iron Man match. Cold sore equals herpes.
It's a form of herpes. Ass.
Watch my mouth. Oh, watch your fucking mouth.
John Cena
is number like 4 or 5 on the list of greatest of all time. So let's leave it at that.
Definitely not that low.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely not that low.
Hulk.
Oh shit. Hulk.
For me, Jericho would be 1. Or no, Flair would be 1. Jericho would be 2. Hulk would be 3. Cena probably 4.
In 5?
5. That's kind of like throw somebody in there that you feels that has made a big impact.
So you're not going to put Bruno Sammartino, the longest reigning WWE champion ever?
I'll put Bruno in there. I'll throw Bruno in there. So Bruno, actually, let's go Flair, Bruno, Jericho, Hulkster, Cena.
Oh, put him at 5.
Now you can't
put him
win.
at
You can't
5.
win.
You
I knew it. Come on.
put him at 5.
Put
Jesus
him at 5.
Christ. 5?
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to do this, but the fact that you disrespected my guy John Cena, I felt
John
like I
Cena
had
did
to
not bring.
defend his honor.
Let's just remember this. John Cena is not the reason why it's sports entertainment. Sports entertainment is because of Hulk Hogan.
That's true.
The reason wrestling became sports entertainment is because of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan brought sports entertainment, not John Cena. Sports entertainment was always there before John Cena. Just remember that. I know you're young. You don't understand that kind of older wrestling.
Just because you was born when segregation happened doesn't mean like if we live by the past, I mean, like there was once a point in your life where your mom and dad wouldn't have created you, which might not have been a bad thing. Maybe not. I don't know yet. I'm throwing all shots because you ain't gonna disrespect John Cena like that. I take it personal.
I put him in the top 5. Damn it!
It's so there's a difference between okay, football wouldn't have been football without anybody from the 1900s, right? We get it, but
wrestling wouldn't be wrestling. Wrestling sports entertainment wouldn't be wrestling sports entertainment without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but wrestling wouldn't be sports entertainment actually without John Cena, because John Cena helped switch from the Attitude Era where he was telling everybody to suck our dicks, and we were doing DX chops to teachers, which I got suspended for, by the way, which is amazing. But we were doing shit like that to more kid friendly and building the brand and keeping the brand and able to transition with no down problem. If John Cena's not there to go from the Attitude suck my dick era to the Attitude let's do Make-A-Wish and let's build on that, you don't get the global, you don't get the worldly view of what they've done. So put some respect on John fucking Cena's name.
I did. Number 5. Number 5.
The old dinosaurs of the past don't account for anything. I mean, sure, you give them their flowers. They're top 5. I agree with your top 5 list, by the way. Who's in it? It's just you better put my guy John Cena at number 1.
I can't put him at number 1. I can't put him at number 1.
There's no fucking reason. Chris Jericho was okay, the hardest thing he did was to break the walls with the lightning fucking jacket and turned around.
Chris Jericho is known around the world in every single promotion. It's carried every single promotion.
Have you ever heard bro, Chris Jericho, literally nobody even fucking knows he still wrestles. Because you cover it. But
really?
Who the fuck cares about Chris Jericho? Nobody. Y'all do. No, but
y'all put some respect on Chris Jericho.
But this is being honest. Do you think Chris Jericho makes a lot of money off of his gear? Probably not. Because AEW.
Yeah, he does. He makes money off his gear.
But I'm talking about
makes money off his name.
Listen, hold on. You're talking about from I'm Sean, I get a boner over WWE. I mean wrestling shit, so I watch it all the time. I literally have not heard about Chris Jericho for the last fucking 2 years. Besides, I know he's on AEW, but I don't watch it. So I don't really care about him. You're saying, oh, he's worldly known. John Cena is literally an icon for movies. His name alone on movies, you know exactly who John Cena is. He's been a meme for being invisible for 15 years. I don't want to hear Chris Jericho. No, John Cena literally has done more Make-A-Wishes than any person human-wise ever. And granted, more Make-A-Wish wishes than anybody.
I'll give you that. I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit outside of the wrestling business. Yes, John Cena has done more than anybody has ever done outside of the wrestling business. Inside the wrestling business, he is in the top 5. He is number 5 in the wrestling business.
But it's crazy. Like, you give Hulk Hogan credit for building the sports entertainment.
Yes.
But hold on. But you won't give Cena credit for being the reason why it has changed and evolved to everything.
I have given him credit for number 5 is good enough.
No.
What Sean just said, Make-A-Wish, and realize Make-A-Wish has nothing to do with wrestling.
Man, don't get Sean.
Yes, in a way it does though, because how many wrestlers do Make-A-Wishes each year?
Make-A-Wish has nothing to do with it. Then fucking eating your Wheaties has nothing to do with Hulk Hogan.
Taking your vitamins and saying your prayers has nothing to do with Hulk. Then he has a point.
But
You have a point. You have a point.
And this goes on sports debates, because the same shit you use against John Cena is the same shit you use against Big Ben, and I don't like you for it. And I'm just being honest. You're biased. And listen, Chris Jericho, like you said, wrestling career, he's the greatest ever. Like, cool. But that's not all that matters in WWE. It's not about how good you are. John Cena has 5 fucking moves, but everybody knows what a 5-knuckle shuffle is. Everybody knows what an attitude adjustment is.
And everybody knows what Chris Jericho's Wolves of Jericho's are too. Everybody knows the Lion Salt.
But which one is more popular?
Chris Jericho's.
Chris Jericho. Yeah.
No, you're talking about you're talking about, like, I'm a wrestling fan and I watch it. Like, I promise you, if we did a poll and people are like, which move is more popular?
Okay.
The Walls of Jericho or the Attitude, the FU? Like,
that might. I don't know, Corey. We have a lot of older fans in our thing. We might. The Walls of Jericho might win.
You might not want to put that out there. You might lose that.
I can carry. See, that's the funny thing. Like, I can carry WWE if I really wanted to. Like, I can cover it. I just let you guys take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I get more pops than you guys. But whatever. I think the Rock body
into wrestling before Cena.
And he did.
Agreed.
He did.
Agreed. But we're not talking about, it's not about who did it. Like, we can say Hogan, we can say Rock. Stone Cold is, like, my favorite. Like,
Stone Cold just got you to, like, be able to, like, flick your boss off.
Yeah, but then, like, if it wasn't for Cena, WWE is not around because The Rock left. Why? The business is booming. The Rock left. He was gone. You cannot say if Cena wasn't around, WWE wouldn't be around. No, but I'm saying, it would have been around, but who would have carried WWE? Randy Orton? No, he was an asshole. Who would have done it? Edge? No, he was an asshole.
I agree.
Batista?
That is hard. Cena did carry it for a long time.
He did. But I'm sure that he could have, Vince could have found somebody to put it on.
Tell me who. Like, you can't say they would have found somebody. Out of anybody who was there.
Taker would have carried it. Taker would have carried it.
Who?
Listen, Sean, he might have. Listen, Sean.
Taker
someone could have carried it, but no one could have did what Cena did. What
the fuck? You just said Taker. What? Taker was the American badass. How the hell were they going to carry it and get it globally recognized as being sports entertainment and moving on and doing better things?
Taker's American Badass was very popular, and Luch has to agree.
But again, it's not about being popular. Cena's FU was popular, and then he said, no, we need to do it for the kids because more kids are watching, and we need to grow this company. So instead of calling it the FU, we're going to call it the Attitude Adjustment, and we're going to make all these changes and stop using that badass mentality and grow the business. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're naming Undertaker, none of those dudes were bad. They were all dope as hell. But had it not been, was Triple H going to carry the company? No, he was an asshole. Was Shawn Michaels? No. There is literally nobody on the roster that you can name me that would have changed the company in the way that John Cena did. And until you do that, until you figure that out, put some respect on my man's name. I'm tired of hearing that shit. I'm tired of it. I have enough of it. And that's all I want to say. I'm going to leave because I know y'all got shit to talk about. John Cena's the GOAT. Don't come for me. Luch has herpes. I don't know why. By the way, Luch, a cold sore equals herpes. So you have herpes. I have never had a cold sore in my life.
Without seeing the WWE one went in the direction they did. And that's true.
So
that is very true.
I'm telling you, like, without Cena, they are not in Abu Dhabi. They are not, like, salute to the troops. One of the biggest people to do salute to the troops is who? John fucking Cena. Like, everybody wanted to do it because of John Cena. Like, without this dude,
JBL, they'd have done it because of JBL. JBL had a lot of respect for them.
no, of course, no, I agree.
JBL, they could have done it around JBL.
But JBL was an asshole. No, they couldn't. JBL was not a guy who was a babyface. He was an asshole. Like,
Court has a point, Sean.
I mean, sure, did he have something to do behind the scenes? Yes. Like, of course, I'm not saying none of these guys are bad. But John Cena literally said, hey, bro, I got you. Like, we gonna put the company. It's like what me and George did with all of you guys. Like, hey, we're putting it all on you guys. Like, me and George still run shit, but like, it's all on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are the reason why Loudmouth has 2.3 thousand viewers. If you haven't, go like Loudmouth Sports Talk, join Loudmouth Sports Group, because I don't know why some people did that. Go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk to get your Loudmouth merchandise, all that fun stuff, right? We can do that. But yeah, so you guys have a great show. John Cena's the GOAT. Luch has herpes. That's
Really, bro.
Hey, you know it's funny? I almost hit the end button again. I do that shit every time. Like, I ended your show like twice now. Like, because it's just the end button. It looks really bright, you know? Like, I'm a child, so like bright shit makes me impressive. That's why I couldn't be in charge of like a nuke or something, because like that bright button, I would have hit that bitch like, whoo. Oh shit, I done blew up Japan again. God damn. All right, guys.
All right, see ya.
Yo,
That was our boss.
the
Our
ball.
boss. The boss. Oh man. Oh, hey, you know what, Court? I'll put some respect on John Cena. He's still not as high as he is on the list, but I'll give him the respect.
We'll change his mind. WWE is
evolution based on a character. It based on what is easiest to make money on it at that time. That.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, yeah, they're based on characters, I would say.
That's not respect.
I'd say characters and yeah, whatever makes money at that time, I do agree with that one.
But
last thing.
And that's the 60-minute Iron Man.
60-minute Iron Man match. Who do you want to see? Who do the fans want to see? Two people in a 60-minute Iron Man match.
I want Brock versus Cesaro.
That would be good.
They both can go 60 minutes. They both can brawl.
Exactly. They both can wrestle in a way.
They can both wrestle in a way.
I mean, Cesaro could wrestle. Brock, he could wrestle.
He can wrestle
to a point. That would be a hell of a slug match. I mean, honestly, that would be Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. I mean, me and Sean said that before the show.
Yeah.
And that would be a hell of a match. I mean, Dolph Ziggler in there with anybody. If you put Dolph Ziggler in there with a broomstick for 60 minutes and make it look good.
Yeah.
Finn versus AJ, that's a good one. Oh, that's a really good one. I'd watch that one. I was going to say AJ and Seth Rollins. But then I was also going to say I'd like to see Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair in a women's 60-minute Iron Man match.
Yeah, that would be nice to see.
Miz versus AJ, that
Miz versus AJ.
If Miz would let loose a little
Miz
bit.
go that long though is the question.
Can the Miz go that long?
Yeah,
Probably
that's
not.
the question.
Not no more. Maybe not.
Maybe when the Miz first got into the business, yes. We will go with Miz.
And I would like to see Daniel Bryan in a 60-minute Iron Man match, but that's only if we're talking Daniel Bryan from 5 years ago. Edge, if he can come back versus Jeff Hardy.
Edge versus Jeff Hardy in a 60-minute. Possibly.
Edge, I could see. I can't see Jeff. I think Jeff would gas.
Yeah. Now
Jeff would gas.
Would he gas now? Yes.
Yeah. I think he would. Orton versus Reigns. That would be fucking insane.
It would be. Hey, Sean, I just sent you a link, man. Why don't you come on, brother? I know you've been dying to come on the show, so if you're still there, just I just sent you
They
And
already have had close to 60-minute matches in the past.
who's that?
That's the past, though. They're
Past,
getting
yeah.
older, buddy. They're getting older, Clayton.
Would I like to see Orton Reigns though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to say yeah. Because those two can brawl. Those two can brawl.
Joe from 5 years ago and Keith Lee. My man, you hit that motherfucker
Yes,
right on the head.
Yes. Oh my God.
Will you give me Joe from 5 years ago and Brock?
For 60 minutes? Oh,
That would be a bloodbath.
take my money.
That would be a bloodbath. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Yes, Joe from 5 years ago versus Brock. That would be insane.
Insane.
Insane. You put Joe from five years ago versus AJ Styles. Also, if we put TNA Styles versus TNA Samoa Joe, we're talking crazy.
Crazy.
We're talking good. That's a good match right there. We're talking TNA Kurt
Oh,
versus maybe, let's say 5 years ago DB.
whoo.
5 years ago DB versus TNA Kurt. And that's him on Perks. And that was Kurt on Perks.
Abyss versus the Fiend.
I'll take it.
I'll take that.
Maybe, you know what?
But
Maybe
not 60 minutes.
60-minute match.
Not 60 minutes, though.
You give me like a Monsters Ball or a house match with them two. That take my money, Vince. Take my money. Kurt on Perks. That was the Kurt on Perks years. I'm not lying.
He was on Percocets.
Would you rather have Kurt on Perks or or New Jack on anything else?
Yeah.
On Coke. New Jack on Coke versus
Sean Christopher, I did send you a link, brother. You can feel free to come on, man. I see you.
Got you next week.
I got you next week. All right, sounds good, brother. I'll bring you
next
on
week. Is our tribute to Taker, so make sure we're gonna do.
If you want to be on, we'll gladly let us know you want to be on for the tribute to Taker. We're talking all Taker next week, so if you want to talk all Taker.
That was when Jeff was all fucked up on pills, Court. That was when him and Sting had the match. I mean,
that should have never went down.
No. So Sean, 60-minute Iron Man match, right? Kurt on Perks or New Jack on Coke. Who you taking?
I'm taking Kurt on Perks for the simple fact Kurt is more athletic than New Jack.
Yeah, but New Jack on Coke is a fucking maniac.
Yeah, but I think at some point somebody's gonna die.
Hey, possibly, but I mean,
literally. I mean, he almost got killed.
Wild, bro.
He almost killed a guy in mass transit. Like,
I know. He's a nut. You see his forehead?
Yeah. And listen, if I was ever in the business, I ever got into business again, I'd tell you this, and they told me, hey, you're wrestling New Jack.
No.
Listen, I'd literally be like, dude, I know how you roll. I just don't want no forks. I don't want no knives. I'll take a chair shot, but that's about it.
Oh, Steamboat and Ziggler.
Ooh.
Oh,
God.
Give me Steamboat and DB. Oh.
Yeah, Steamboat. Throwback Steamboat with like guys today from like 3 or 4 years ago. Jesus.
Sean. Macho Man. CM Punk. 60-minute Iron Man match. Give me it. Give me it. Take my money. In their prime.
I don't know.
Both in their prime.
I don't know, though. I don't know. Macho Man wasn't a guy that
he didn't go 60.
He didn't go 60. So
you give me in their prime Flair. Shawn Michaels versus Adam Cole. That would be a hell of a match.
Give me Attitude Era Shawn Michaels, yes.
Oh yeah. In his prime Flair versus Ziggler. 60-minute, dude. He'd be able to sell Rick so fucking good. He'd be able to sell Rick so good, and vice versa.
They would sell each other really well.
Yeah, exactly.
60 minutes, I don't know though. Because if you went back to primetime Flair, he was a lot heavier. He was like 2-something primetime Flair, so I don't know if he could have lasted 60 minutes with Ziggler.
Macho and Punk on the mic.
No,
I'm not a fan.
Macho on the mic, like it was weird. Like when he was on the mic, his promos were off the charts. Were like you had no clue what he was talking about. You didn't.
You had no clue where he was going to go with it either.
None. It was so weird. It's like
right, back, forward.
like he was talking like one minute he's talking Hogan, next minute he's talking the Powers, and he's talking like the stars in the sky. Like you have like he was like a Ultimate Warrior type talking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, if you think about it, Macho Man was like, "Oh yeah, brother, just the stars." Like you have no fucking like. What are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you doing?
04 Kane versus Braun Strowman.
Braun's not going to go 60 minutes.
Give me 04 Kane versus The Fiend.
Yeah, but not 60. 15 to 30 minute.
Who can't go 60? You don't think The Fiend can go 60? You don't think Bray Wyatt can go 60 minutes?
No.
Why? How? Why?
He's not a 60 guy. He's not a 60-minute person.
I bet he could.
No.
I bet he could.
Keep them coming, guys. Keep thinking of them up. I'm and if any of you mention Goldberg, I'm gonna like come through the screen and like choke you. So
I mean, like Goldberg versus Braun, 60-minute maybe.
Luch.
Goldberg versus Lesnar, 60 minutes.
Really? You're really? Goldberg can't last 5 in the ring. What makes you think he's going to last 60?
Goldberg, yeah. Who? Goldberg can last 60. He's got to have time to prepare, Sean. He has to condition. He wasn't conditioned for the matches, Sean.
Oh, my God.
He wasn't conditioned.
Goldberg's not a wrestler, though.
No, I agree. But I mean, like, give us some females. Female 60-minute matches.
Charlotte.
There's Rhea. That's the only one I can really think of. Or
Mae
Rhea
Young,
versus Baszler.
Old Mae Young versus Charlotte Flair.
Old Mae Young or like young Mae Young?
Young Mae Young versus Charlotte Flair.
I take it. You can give me Trish versus Lita. I'm pretty sure they could have went 60 before. Prime Evolution versus Shield now. In a 60-minute?
60-minute? Nah.
60 minutes aren't tag team. I've never seen a tag.
There's no tag team in 60-minute.
I've never seen a tag team in a 60-minute. 60 minutes only are one-on-one.
Give me Triple H.
No.
Evolution. Prime Triple H versus Roman Reigns in 60 minutes. Yes. We're talking like him in his prime. Triple H in his prime.
I don't think Roman can go 60 minutes.
You don't think?
No.
Maybe when he's leaky. Maybe when he's leaky over in NXT and FCW.
I don't know too many people today that can go 60. Honestly, I really don't. I
mean, there's. I mean, if you go into the women's side, there's Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky could probably go 60. Rhea Ripley could go 60. Shotzi, I know she can.
You understand? You're naming all female though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if I'm going with female, I'll take that. Charlotte versus Trish in a 60-minute.
I'll take it.
But if you're going with if I'm going to go with female 60 minutes, people who can go 60, give me that. Give me that. Becky Lynch and Lita. Give me that. That's money all day.
Give me Lita versus Shotzi. Small guys.
Ari, Ciampa.
I take. I feel like Ciampa needs somebody else. Ciampa could go 60.
Gargano.
Yeah, Gargano could do it.
Ciampa and not Balor, but Ciampa and Prince Devitt. Prince Devitt character and Ciampa, 60 minutes.
Maybe.
I mean, it is Balor, so Balor can go 60. Give me Kenny Omega.
Stop. Shut up.
Kenny Omega can go 60.
Shut up, Sean.
You're telling me Kenny Omega won't go 60?
Yeah, he'll go 60 minutes in the most boring fucking match. Kenny Omega is fucking done. I'm sorry. He's
okay,
done.
Let's go prime Kenny Omega.
Prime, yes.
Prime Kenny Omega versus Prime Jericho, 60 minutes.
Yeah. You give me Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. Maybe. In their prime, yes.
Yeah, prime, yes.
You give me No. I would not want to see Punk and Wade Barrett.
No. Not even in their prime. No.
I wouldn't even want to see him in a match, let alone a 60-minute one.
Yeah. No.
The Rainmaker, New Japan, and Wolfpack Sting. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
I'll
Sting can go 60.
Yeah, used to. Okay, Sean. Listen, this is because Sting got brought up.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, Taker debuted, right?
Yeah.
Who else debuted at Survivor Series?
Sting did debut in Survivor Series.
Sean.
I don't see it.
Sean.
Not coming back. No. Oh, God. No. Don't do that. No.
Vince is going to give us the match that people always wanted to see.
At the wrong fucking time.
I know. I agree. But I do feel like Sting is going to make an appearance. And I do feel like Sting and Taker to send it off. I have a feeling. I do. I have a feeling.
Listen, Sting and Taker. Here. You want to do something really stupid, really dumb? Because if you're gonna give me Sting and Taker, then I'm gonna throw something at you really dumb. Taker comes out. They're doing a tribute. He's talking. All of a sudden, Sting's music hits. Sting hits the ring. People are thinking it's awesome. All of a sudden, you hear the lights go out, and the Fiend shows, and he takes out both of them.
I'll take it.
And he takes them both out.
I mean, you have two dark characters.
It leads to matches. It leads to matches Sting versus Fiend, and then it leads to a match of Taker versus the Fiend, and the Fiend beats them both. And now the Fiend is that true dark character of WWE.
Triple threat. Let's give me a triple threat at Mania.
Triple threat at Mania.
Let the old men kill each other, and then let the youngin come in, take their heads off, and then it's over.
And they both look up at the lights.
Yeah, both. They both had. They kill both legends. Yeah, exactly. You have to kill. I'm sorry, for the Undertaker's legacy to be cemented, he has to go out in a ring. In a ring.
I'm looking up
own yard in a fucking ring.
In a ring, looking up at the lights.
And Taker's old school.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go down like that regardless.
Can't wait to see the dentist in a couple weeks. So, but that is pretty much it of our show for this evening, folks. Really great topics we talked about. Love the feedback, guys, on 60-minute Iron Man matches. Next week, though, is going to be our tribute to The Undertaker, 30 years. One
and only.
With our Survivor Series predictions. We will have videos and vignettes that we will show, and we will comment on them. We will take our reaction to them. We will give our opinion on them. Also, we will be if you guys want to come on with us to give a tribute to The Undertaker, to maybe talk about a memory or a time that you remember in your wrestling time about Taker. I know I have quite a few moments that I remember of Taker that just made me hype and made you just go, that is the dude. But also, we will have our first. It is called Your Opinion. The first, yo. And it basically works as I'm going to give you a wrestler's name, and you're going to give me your opinion on that wrestler. Whether it's a good opinion, bad opinion, in the middle, whatever the case may be.
All around opinion.
All around opinion.
Oh,
Courtney. Yeah. Courtney, I'm happy you brought that up. It was an amazing, amazing documentary.
Never knew he wrestled.
I never knew he wrestled. But I think when I think back on it and watching it, I'll go back and watch it again because I thought it was an amazing series. Amazing show. The biggest thing for me is it choked me up a lot because towards the end when talking about, him passing and stuff like that, it just Paul Bearer made the Undertaker,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look at it that way. If it wasn't for Paul Bearer, we wouldn't be talking about the Undertaker next week.
Sean,
today.
I was just about to say that. I actually do think that the Undertaker's legacy wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for his weight and stuff, bro. That made me so sad.
Yeah, but you know what? And watching that too, it made you show how much of a heart Vince has. I mean, Vince paid for that. Sir, we have to do something for him. They have to save his life. I mean, that there.
Exactly. When he said the character is important, but the man is what we have to save.
Right. Yeah.
And when having someone say that, not too many, and this is what I love about these documentaries is we're starting to see a side of Vince that we never knew. We're starting to see that very soft side. And it might be because of his age. I hear age does that to older men. Like, they get kind of soft. So, like, maybe he is getting soft because if you watch the Undertaker series, he got very choked up in a lot of it. And they had to cut a lot of his stuff out because of how choked up he got.
I think Vince was always caring for his wrestlers, always caring for his company and for the people who work for him. I mean, if you go back and look. I mean, you go back to talk when Ric Flair sat down with Steve Austin on the Stone Cold podcast, the latest one, and he talked about how we talk about how Flair talks about how he went to Vince and said, "I'm broke. I need money. I need help." Vince gave him a very substantial loan and said, "Pay me back when you can." And he said that night, the WrestleMania that he did when he retired with Shawn, he wrote that check that he got, he wrote it right back to Vince. And from what I hear is Vince gave it back to him and said, "Don't worry about it." So Vince takes care of you. I mean, I know people say
if you take care of Vince, Vince takes care of you.
Yeah. And I think that's where people get surely mistaken is young guys get into the business. They get treated like garbage, like it happens. You get yelled at by Vince or, your character doesn't go over. He doesn't see it in you. And he's like, okay, you got to go bounce. And people think he's a true asshole when he's really not.
I agree.
That's why Flair's 98 years old wrestling taking. Flair's 98 years old wrestling taking bumps in the rings because he is broke and he needs the money. Simple as that.
I don't think right now.
No, I don't think right now, but he was at one time. He was broke.
At one time, he was pushing because he needed money.
He needed money.
Now he's okay.
He's okay now. But if you like you said with Vince being soft, look when he talked about Andre the Giant in that documentary on HBO.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to stop. He almost cried. And Vince says he takes it's something in his brain that he takes like really bad shit and puts it in the back of his brain, and he closes it off.
Yeah.
But I mean that episode, that show was amazing.
Hands down one of the best.
Hands down one of the best. And yes, there would be no Kane if there was no Paul Bearer too.
Agree.
I mean, there might have been some form of it, but not as good as it is.
Yeah, not what it is. Exactly.
Not what it is. There'd have been some form of the Undertaker, not what it is.
Agree.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for next week, man. For us talking Undertaker and all the great moments we had.
So excited.
I know. There's quite great moments that I've had where I was actually at shows that Taker was there, and
yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing when Taker comes out.
Feeling. Amazing. I can't wait to talk more about it next week.
Yeah, but folks, if you haven't, make sure you go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk for all your apparels. Hoodies, we have them out. Make sure you get them while they limited time only. We do have a sale coming up, so check for that shortly. That'll be hitting up for the Christmas holidays, so make sure you look out for that. And also, folks, like to make a really snip announcement, something for Off the Top Rope that me and Luch are putting together, possibly for the future, is going to hopefully take us to the next level with Off the Top Rope for Loudmouth Sports Talk. So it's still in the works, folks. We're not giving any details on it, but we're definitely working some things out that could possibly, Luch, take us to the next level.
Possibly take us to a step above what we are.
Step above what we are. So make sure you watch out for that. But you know what, Luch? I was before we go and everything, make sure you get a hold of Anthony for me, man. You know, it's he said he was gonna come through. I haven't seen him come through yet. So talk to your boy, man. Hit him up because he needs to put in line like you needed to be put in line. So
yeah, well, I'm still not in line, so
yeah, but I'll put you in line after I put him in line.
He's still not in line, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'll put you both in line. So
well, next week, everyone, Undertaker tribute is going to be amazing. Week after that, debate show.
Debate show, yes.
And we have a very strong topic for our debate show.
What topic would that be?
What is a real main event?
Yes.
Well, we're going to save it for the
And Matt Light, if you're watching or if you watch this, we would love to have you on for that one because apparently Luch doesn't know what a main event is.
No, you guys don't understand what a main event is. That's the problem. Main event. We're not getting into it right now.
Yeah. But okay. Matt Light, that's your invite on to come on.
Matt Light's coming on next week, everyone.
Oh, he's coming on next weekend, everyone, too. He said he was going to be on next week for our tribute show. So it'd be great to have Matt Light back on.
Awesome.
Probably get trash talked again by him once again.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian. So, but folks, from me and Luch, from the True Champ, and from my little sidekick, Champ, Luch, Loudmouth Luch, we will see you all next week here at 4 p.m. on Loudmouth Off the Top Rope.